Uh-oh.
We've got a head.
Alright, so we're working out in the shop today. I think in the last video we did on the camper, when we did the walk around, I think we mentioned building the awning on the back of the trailer here. That's going to be our covered deck space, or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to get started on that this weekend. It's going to be 3-inch channel iron, this stuff right here, for the main part of the frame. That'll be our uprights on each we're going to do 4 corners, just 4 uprights for the main canopy. And then between the channel iron up top will be 1.5 inch angle iron, and we'll do a plywood roof on top of that we seal up with some bed liner product. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to redo our stairs. Not the stairs themselves, but right here, I think we're gonna cut this off and redo it, because around the wood part of the deck there's gonna be a railing. That way it will serve as a dog kennel for the dogs. When we're camping, we can leave them up there. That way they're in the shade and outside while we go out hiking or 4-wheeling or whatever. So we're gonna have to redo these handles for the steps, I believe, because they're not in line with where I want the railings to be on here. The back portion will have a railing as well, but it'll be unhinged. It'll be 2 gates that come together in the middle, and they will swing out when we don't have the dogs in there pinned up for the day or whatever. So, all right, well, we got to get to cutting some channel iron now and get started on this.
But our welder lead won't reach all the way across the camper or across the trailer to the other side. So now we're gonna get the welder up onto the deck of the camper so that we can finish welding. So let's see how this goes. I screwed up there. I welded this cross member piece in on these back 2 posts, this one right here, and that wasn't supposed to go there. That was actually supposed to be back here about another 4 feet. I don't know why I did that, but now I got to cut it out of there. But before we cut it out of there, we're actually, since it's holding everything solid back here, we're actually going to put our sides on first up there, and then I'll cut that out, unless I come up with a different idea for the roof where we can just leave that there. And I don't know, it's kind of wasting a piece of metal, but We'll see. Probably gonna cut it out. It ain't going anywhere. All right, well, we got the main skeleton welded all together, and I changed my mind again. Decided to go ahead and leave this one in here. Reason being is I want to put gussets in here, and I didn't think about that before. Without having a cross member here, I wouldn't have been able to gusset right here because we still got some wobble side to side. Not a lot. It's moving the whole trailer and everything, but I want to put a gusset here, and we'll do one front to back as well. That'll help stiffen everything up. Also, we changed our mind on the roof. I think we're going to get some 16 gauge sheet metal and just weld sheet metal panels down and get that all painted up instead of doing a plywood roof like we initially talked about. But now, next step is we'll get all these joists welded in, which is just going to be 1.5 inch angle iron. And that might be it for today. We'll see if we can get that done today. Alright, we got all the rafters tacked in. Chelsea's taking over on the welding for me. She's going to get everything welded in solid. We're probably going to get the railing started on this side today, but that's going to be it for today. And probably the end of this video until next weekend. So put you back on time lapse and you can watch her weld the rest of the way. All right, it's a new day in the shop. So we didn't get as far as I wanted to last time. I wanted to get started on the railing over there on the awning here, but we ran out of time and we were tired. Didn't want to do anything else the other day. So I'm gonna get started on the railing today. I got my long sleeve shirt on today because I got pretty flash burn last time. If anybody wants to buy me a welding shirt, that'd be great. So I'm gonna get started. 1-inch square tubing, top and bottom, and then 1/2-inch rebar spindles. We'll get going on that side. Solid. This one's just tacked in for now. We want to start figuring out our layout for all of our spindles. I've got the center line marked, and we'll work from the middle out. Still have to come up with some sort of spacer. We're going with 4-inch spacing, but I need to make a spacer so we can just butt them each one up tight as we go and weld them in. Show you what we got going on here. We got our center one tacked into place, and Chelsea came up with the idea of building this with our 4-inch spacer on the top and the bottom. I was just going to do 2 little 4-inch pieces and set one there and hold one here and try and hold it all together, but Chelsea had a better idea to weld this piece together so we can just do this, and then our next spindle will just butt right up to it. A little easier diameter. But get this one tacked in. Gotta quit touching that, it's freaking hot. Probably switch my gloves too. Okay. All tacked in like that. We'll come back around and then weld them in solid. But before we do that, we need to go get Rooster and make sure he doesn't fit between here, since we are going to use this as a dog kennel. Hopefully this is close enough together. I don't know, we'll get him and find out. Come on. Let's see. Oh.
We've got a head.
Can you get your whole body through there? I don't think his shoulders will go past. No, they can get it. I think Mav will probably be able to get his head through there too, but their shoulders aren't going to go past. What do you think? Is that going to keep you in? Nope. He's not going to fit. It's all right. We're torturing you. I know. We're mean, but I don't want you to get out. So I know we already said we're using 1/2-inch rebar for our spindles. So we got all these from a friend for free. 90 spindles is what we're having to put into this. So they are all rusty like this. We cut these all the other day, not on video, but these ones are cleaned up with the wire wheel on the grinder. That one's not. So Chelsea's in the other shop right now working on cleaning up a whole bunch of these, and then we'll probably swap out later and she can weld for a while. I'll show you what she's doing. So we have this whole pile that hasn't been cleaned up yet. And she's having to clean them all on the wire wheel. Got a few more that are already cleaned up here. Take it with me. All right, I'm gonna work on getting these welded in. Well, I should have welded this top railing in solid before I started doing all the spindles. Actually broke my, that's warm, don't touch that. Broke my tack welds right there. This top one is loose. It's not a big deal. I can re-weld it, and it's really close to where I tacked it. So this worked out really good on the end here. I've got 4 and like, oh, I don't know, 7/16 of a gap right here on this last space. So this one's gonna be tight against the channel iron here. So I'm gonna go grind these corners off of this piece of rebar. That way it will contour around the weld up in the corner there and down in that corner on the bottom. All right, I'm gonna get this top railing welded solid so it doesn't pop out of there again. Ground off the corners of this piece of rebar, that way it'll fit right up in there around that weld. And I can fill all that. Be nice and tight against this piece of channel iron here. Oh, I can't see because of the light outside. I gotta pull this garage door down real quick. Alright, now I can actually see what I'm doing. I had to pull that garage door down, block some of the outside light. So that took a little while to get this side figured out. What we ended up doing is taking the stairs from over here. We moved the stairs back to here. So we'll have a short little stubby railing from this left side of the stairs to that piece of channel iron there. Added another support here for this section of railing to be attached to. And then we have to redo where our stairs connect. And have to re-weld on some little brackets for our threaded handles or whatever. This is to tie the stairs down into the upright position so that we can travel down the road. So Chel's finished up welding the bottom part of those spindles in over there. And yeah, we're gonna continue working on this side now. I think we're done for the day. Chelsea went in to start making dinner. I did get all the spindles welded in on that smaller section of railing on this side. I'm gonna walk out there and show you here in just a second. It's raining now and there's no insulation on that side of the shop, so it's really loud in there and you're probably not gonna be able to hear me talk. So I'll just do a quick walk around with you and show you what we all got done this weekend. All right, thanks for watching.